on a Hinge date this weekend with this guy, and I tell him on the app before we ever get off the app, I'm like, hey, I'm looking to take things slow. So if the first couple of times we hang out, you know, if it comes to 2 or 3 hangouts, whatever, it feels like 2 friends just getting together, you know, that's what I want. I'm looking to take things slow. And he goes, yeah, I'm in it for the long haul, meaning like he wants a relationship. So he's like, that's cool. And I was like, great. And then he starts texting me. And his texts are like a little bit too flirtatious for like the messaging I'd just given him. You know, I'm like hanging out with my friends, and he's like, what are you up to? And I'm like, oh, I'm hanging out with my friends. And he's like, oh, I bet you look so cute. And I'm like, well, maybe I do. I know that I do, but you don't know that I do because we haven't met yet. Or I'll say something like, hey, we're making plans, and I was like, hey, can we go to this coffee shop instead of this other coffee shop? And he's like, well, as long as I get to see you this weekend, it doesn't really matter where we meet up. And I'm like, okay, well, that's generous, but also what? I'm like, whatever, okay, we have these plans, I'll meet him in broad daylight, fine. So we go, we have coffee, everything's fine, like, you know, just a pretty average, like 2 people meeting up for coffee kind of date. And then he walks me to my car, and I'm like, yeah, this is fun, we should do it again sometime. And he's like, yeah, sure. So we say goodbye, and then I text him after, and I'm like, hey, it was really nice getting to know you. And I hear nothing. I don't hear a dang thing. I'm like, well, that's strange considering the lead up to this date. He's been very communicative. He's been very in my phone. But I'll give him a day. And so I follow up today. I'm like, hey, if I'm reading the room correctly, perhaps you're not interested anymore. And, you know, it's fine. Just let me know. Just let me know what you're feeling. Because we left the date being like, let's hang out. And then now it doesn't seem like you want to hang out. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. He doesn't say a dang thing back. And that wouldn't really be a big deal to me. 72 hours leading up to my date, buttering me up and being like, oh, you're smart, you have such a nice smile, I'm so excited to meet you, you're so pretty, like all this stuff that I kind of explicitly been like, hey, can we take things slow? Like, I don't want to do too much too soon. And that's what I hate about dating apps, is like the sense of false intimacy, because ultimately we don't know each other. Like, you're just someone who's texting me. And what I learned over the years is that men will text anyone, and they will text anyone anything. They will just be saying any old thing in text, which is why I don't trust texts. I trust actions. And unfortunately, I tried to tell this guy what I wanted a certain style of relationship. I wanted to take things slow, and he did not listen. And then what happened? But exactly the thing I didn't want to happen, which is where I thought he was into me, and then he was like, oh, never mind, you thought. I don't know. What's a girl gonna do?
So you never got married and never had kids?
No.
So why did you choose not to get married and have children?
Everybody picks their spots in life. A lot of my friends divorced, and they got some real headaches in their life. So when I look at that, I don't have too much gray hair, at least in that regard.
And unfortunately, him saying that is kind of what I think about when I'm listening to her. Well, I want to do this. I want to take it slow. I want to do this. I don't mind, you know, you setting a pace and a tone to a relationship. But I think for a lot of men, they always have to follow the lead of the woman in these relationships. And women get upset when they say a man's not leading, but they don't want the man to lead, and they end up wasting the man's time. And so the man just goes and he says, I'll go do something else.
Do you regret not having kids and having a family?
Generally, yes. Who's going to take care of you when you get old? Yeah, your children are. Generally speaking, that's the way it works. I'll probably have to find a nursing home, that type of thing.
Let me ask you this. Are you happy?
To a great degree, I am. Got a great network of friends. That's the key to life. Staying connected with your friends means so much. I found that to work real well for me. In my case, I never had a wife, never had any kids, and I could do a lot in my lifetime.
Wow, so your
husband was wrongfully convicted. How long would you wait for him?
6 months, max. And we've been together 15 years.
How long would you wait for her?
Forever. Don't lie. Why, what?
Good, dude. You should get back on Hinge immediately.
And you hate to hear people give out that advice, but with the way that she's talking and then the way that she addresses him, I don't know, man. I hope that's her joking and playing around, because, you know, some couples do that. That's what I hope.
This is why men would rather be single than to end up with a woman that publicly disrespects him. For her to say 6 months and then to rub it in his face that he would wait forever while smiling is a whole nother level. She knows that she has him wrapped around her finger. And you can see on her man's face the realization that he has 2 choices. One is to swallow it and to continue to prioritize her happiness while he finds ways to cope with his unhappiness until she leaves him. Or option number 2, let her take more than she deserves in a divorce. A divorce that will likely break him financially, but will eventually lead him to peaceful singleness. My only question is, what would you choose if you were in his place?
Question for the men that say they never want to get married. Which I totally get your reasoning. You don't want to get divorced and give up half your shit that you've worked your whole life for. Check, check. Got it. So my question is, for those men, do you live in a state that after 7 years of being in a relationship with someone, dating them, living together, you are married by law anyways? And then a 2-part to that is, what about when you don't want to move into your girl's place? So you're like, hey, move into my place, right? So maybe she's renting her house out now and she has to move all of her stuff out, but you don't need it at your house because your house is already fully furnished. What is she supposed to do with her stuff? Because in your mind, if you get divorced, or I guess if you never get married, you guys break up, she would then have to then go rebuild, go rebuy all of the furniture. And as you know, it's always going to be more expensive to go rebuy the furniture you already had, that you had to go sell for pennies to the dollar. So what is your thought there? Do you get like a backup plan is, if we break up, then you have to help fund my furniture purchases because I had to get rid of everything when I moved into your place? Like, what is your guys' thought on this? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Let's have a combo.
My dad said it seems like young men don't want to get married anymore, and I wanted to ask the internet why that might be.
Best case scenario, he gets married, you guys work out great, you have a wonderful marriage. Chances are very small of that. A lot of people end up divorced. He loses half his stuff. He might lose access to his children. His whole life is torn apart. For what? Men have no issue finding a woman that will give him all of the same commitment without the marriage part. So if he's looking for long-term relationship benefits, it's not hard to go get it. Not only that, but buying an expensive ring that she likes, proposing, the wedding being expensive. All the work that goes into a relationship that still might end up failing because she may change her mind down the road. She may realize that she didn't have time to try all these other guys out. She might look for other options. A lot of men in relationships already feel like they're not getting what they want. The physical intimacy ends. She doesn't do the same things she used to. She changes in a negative way. And if he's married to her, he's guaranteed to suffer long term if things go downhill. And there's still a lot of men out there who are willing to get married. They just need to find a woman that is worth committing to. And unfortunately, a lot of men are not finding women that they feel are worth it.
A lot of these women want you to take a risk, a high risk, and should it fail in your favor, I should say, I should say, if y'all, like say for instance, you move in with her, like I think the woman was explaining a few clips ago, if you move in with her and y'all split, then she wants you to reimburse her for everything. Or even if y'all decide to split and she's, start living a lifestyle that she wouldn't have lived without you, she wants you to continue paying for that lifestyle. But if the roles were reversed, then all of a sudden she's not going to pay for anything. You're a man. This is what she deserves and all that other nonsense. And when men think about that, they're just like, absolutely not.
Her father once mentioned that young men no longer seem interested in marriage, and she went online asking why. The answer is right in front of everyone, but no one wants to admit it. Family court and social media have turned marriage into one of the biggest risks a man can take. No matter how much a man sacrifices, it's never enough. He can give his time, his loyalty, his money, his heart, and still end up losing everything. The love he thought was real often becomes a weapon used against him once things fall apart. Men have realized that the idea of marriage has changed completely. What used to be a sacred bond built on loyalty and teamwork has become a one-sided agreement where he's expected to provide endlessly while receiving very little understanding or appreciation in return. The same society that tells men to man up and get married is the same one that laughs when he's broken and stripped of everything in court. The double standard is real, and men are finally waking up to it. Social media has made relationships transactional and shallow. Many women have become more focused on status, attention, and validation than partnership. Instead of building with a man, they chase the image of perfection that exists only online. When he can no longer match that fantasy, she leaves, and society applauds her for choosing herself. Meanwhile, he's left starting from zero, carrying the blame for a relationship that demanded everything but gave nothing back. Men are not bitter. They're simply tired of being used, blamed, and discarded. They've watched others lose their homes, children, and dignity after trying to do the right thing. They've learned that peace of mind is priceless, and that giving your best to someone who doesn't value it only leads to pain. Choosing to stay single is not weakness. It's wisdom gained through observation and experience. Marriage no longer offers men security, respect, or gratitude. It has become a gamble where the odds are stacked against them from the start. Until accountability and genuine partnership return, many men will continue walking away from a system that no longer values them. They're not avoiding love. They're avoiding destruction.
Yo, Unc, you're almost 50. When are you gonna settle down and get married?
Settle down and get married? Excuse me? Yeah, ask my friends about that nightmare. We'll talk about it again then. Let me explain something to you, alright? I'm like Alexander the Great. I'm like Christopher Columbus. I'm out here in Greece, relaxing, smoking a cigar. You think I want to be tied up? You think I want to get involved with marriage? Half of these broads don't even want to sign a prenup. They don't even know what prenup means. You don't really love me. Please, do me the favor. You want to get married? Go ahead. Go get married. Fuck around and find out yourself.
Men with no kids and no marriage plans are the fastest growing demo. Sorry for them, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about, because in my mind, I'm just like, if you have no plans.
That was the only thing throwing me off. Like,
if you have no plans, then, I mean, you have other things. Bless you. There's other things you should be worried about.
You know
the
what?
woman is what is it called?
like-
The variable. What's the one that doesn't change? You know how you have like hypotheses, the variables. Like, what is the one?
There's like a recent episode or maybe recent clip where I said that I'm happily single. That I don't know why that had people in an uproar, because how can you be happily single?
Really?
Yeah.
What were they saying?
I don't know. Someone actually DM'd me and said, "Oh, you're 27. You can't possibly be happily single at this age. You should be married with kids." I actually ended up responding to him and said, "Excuse me," but then I was like, "Amanda, what the are you telling this man excuse me for?" I said, "Just block him." But I do want to read what the he said, because I was like,
Please,
what?
let's go.
I was like, what is this man talking about?
And
Wait.
let's hope she responds.
It's funny because you listen to that, and if a woman were to be in that exact same position to where she doesn't want to be married, then all of a sudden it's great and it should be celebrated. But if a man is saying the exact same thing and they just happen to be the fastest growing demographic, then all of a sudden he's a bum with no plans and no future.
Men out there, like the title says, smart men do not marry under any circumstance. It is the dumbest possible move you can make in 2024. Let me tell you why. I'm going to ask you a question first. If you went skydiving, okay, and your instructor said to you, told you, said, hey, your parachute has a 50% chance of deploying, would you jump out of that airplane? Okay. I want you to ask that same question about getting married, because over 50% of marriages fail. First time marriages, second time marriage, it's like 83% failure rate. That statistic does not even include that 13% of those marriages that do make it are actually romantically like still happy. The other ones are sexless and miserable. Okay, how many married men do you know? Seriously, this goes for women too that are happy, right? But let me dig a little bit further. Okay, when it comes down to the divorce, I'll never forget the conversation I had with my family law attorney going into the whole divorce machine as a man. He basically told me that if you have a penis, you're going to lose bad. You're going to lose, and you're going to lose badly. I was pretty much, once I got off that phone call, pretty much knew that I probably wouldn't see my daughters again. I was going to probably lose a lot of money. and all that good stuff, all that stuff, because of the Western judicial system and the way how hostile it is towards men. And I was 100% right. I now pay $1,200 for one daughter that I don't get to see. Once they get primary custody, fellas, you have basically zero rights to your kid. You get to see him maybe every other weekend, some kind of bullshit, while your wife collects the payments from you that she probably will use to get her nails done. And they can bring any guy they want around your daughter, your son, your kids, whatever. They can do whatever they want to do. They make all the decisions with the schools and religion, all that stuff. So you're basically powerless. You get to be a spectator. Alimony, guys, and so like 90% of custody cases with kids are won by women. And I want you guys to know that when you think about getting married, you go to court. 90%, you're gonna lose, okay? With alimony, it's pretty much the same thing. So she gets to take half, fellas. It is a dumb move. I can give you a whole list of reasons why marriage is the dumbest possible move for a man. There's absolutely zero reward and all the risk for men, and all the reward and zero risk for women. If you guys need more coaching, I do a lot of online coaching. Check my bio. Go to my DM me on my Instagram, Montgomery Fitness _1. I do a lot of online coaching. Hit the heart button. Share this with your guys that you know have gone through divorce or going through it. My whole goal, guys, is to educate men on what they're getting into. I don't hate women. That's not people come at me and they say, "Oh, you hate women and this and that." No. It's about men being educated and knowing what they're getting into to avoid the shit I've had to go through.
And why young men especially are hesitant to get married is because for a lot of men, they don't see any benefit from it. You're just putting yourself at a disadvantage. If someday she could say, you know what, I'm not really feeling this anymore, I'm going to divorce you, but you're still going to be responsible for paying for me for the rest of your life.
Like I said, I'm pro prenup, and alimony is not gendered. It's literally a formula in most states. And so in a situation, I do think if a man wants to get married, you should think about this. You should think about this possibility. But I don't think that it's fair that a woman who has given up so much in order to be a homemaker shouldn't have any shouldn't have anything. She should just be left on the street.
Prenups do cover alimony, but they don't cover child support for that exact reason. In the instance of a divorce, the man will help support the children, but you as a full-grown adult would be expected to be able to support yourself if alimony was ruled out inside of a prenup.
There are 3 types of masculine energies who will tell you that they don't want to get married, and this is what I think they really mean when they're telling you that. The first type of masculine energy just does not believe in, will not be investing in the institution of marriage. Their life is completely about them and anything that is an extension to them. So that would include children, but that never includes the women that had those children, because if they can't include them as an extension of them, then it doesn't matter. And they genuinely only engage with women as an object. Whenever they want a little plaything, whenever they want to be in the space of a woman, then they will be, and then they are done. They will leave. You go back to your world, they go back to their world, and that's it. And they're going to do that forever. The second kind of masculine who says he doesn't want to get married fundamentally can't grasp how to include a woman in their life. They don't necessarily view you as much in an objectified way as the previous masculine, but they don't really understand or can't grasp the concept of merging lives with you. So if they do end up getting married, which a lot of them do, at the end of the day, it'll be because it'll be with someone that their lives just merge easily. They already have the same friends, or they fit into their friend group, or it just has to be something where they didn't have to make the effort. It's they can't see anything outside of their own habits, their own routine, their own friends, running behind their mom, underachieving. They can't see nothing past that. It's they don't have time for you because they just simply can't grasp that if they wanted to be in your space, then they would therefore make the time. Like they're the ones who are always going to tell you that they just don't have time and then they're so busy. It's not that. They just don't understand how to include you in their life. The other important thing about the second kind is that they really love a pick-me, because pick-me's are going to be bobbing and weaving and doing whatever the fuck they can do to make space and find a crevice of space in their life. Like, they're going to try hard to be in their lives. They can't be with a woman who truly wants to be pursued like a feminine because they don't have time. Then the last kind of masculine who says that he doesn't want to get married really actually does want to get married. He just doesn't feel worthy of being someone's husband because he probably can't provide for them at this point in time, or doesn't know truly who he is at his core. And so they just can't bring themselves to be serious with someone because they have a negative self-view of who they are, and they don't feel like they measure up. And with all that being said, I just want you to notice that none of those things had anything to do with the feminine that they were engaging with. It was really all about them.
I just wonder if y'all ever make room for the fact, or maybe the idea, that a man is not getting married because it's too risky. I don't want her taking my stuff. I don't want anyone taking my stuff. Could be my parents. I'd help my parents out, but I don't want my parents coming in and cleaning me out. I don't want anyone getting over on me. I think you can respect that, right? You wouldn't want a man getting over on you. You wouldn't want a man coming in and financially mishandling you, which is what y'all say a lot of men do. You wouldn't want to be in the presence of a narcissist, the presence of a man that's always going back and forth and arguing with you. It's so weird that modern women act like they don't understand where men are coming from, when the basic thing that a man is saying is, I just want somebody that's loyal to me. Oh, well, I ain't going to cater to no man. I'm going to cater to you. Why wouldn't you cater to me? That doesn't make any sense. You guys, y'all say a lot of things and you think it sounds great, but it just tells us that you're really not a great partner. You're not a great person to be around. And eventually, all of that foolishness is going to catch up with you.
Women hate splitting 50-50 with a man until it's time for them to divorce them. I hate these tired ass conversations, but I was really just thinking, I saw this in the comment section. I was just like, damn. No, that's true. Depending on the woman, some of them greedy asses just want everything. They literally just want to leave him out on the street over some shit that they did to him, you know? Whole time he wasn't the issue. He wasn't the root cause as to why the divorce was brought up. She probably cheated or some shit. She just did some bullshit. She wasn't a good wife. Yeah, there are bad husbands, but I mean, most of the time, women are just naturally going to initiate the divorce. This shit sucks. I think marriage is dead in Gen Z, bro, because everything I see, it always steers me away from marriage. I think it's beautiful. I think the practice is something that we all look forward to at some point in our lives, but with the paperwork that comes with it and everything that we've seen on social media thus far, it's like, why would we do it? It doesn't seem like to have like any real incentive for anybody besides a woman to stay in, okay? More so, it's like a woman has every incentive to leave the man after they get married because they know they're just gonna get half. And you might go with the basic advice of, oh, no, that's okay, dude. We can combat this by just getting a prenup before that even happens. Well, I mean, at that point, correct me if I'm wrong, you have to get her to sign the prenup at a very neutral state, or else she can nullify that contractual agreement by saying, hey, he made me sign this under emotional distress. Now the prenup doesn't work. So here's what I'm thinking. If you're gonna get married, put everything in your mother's name. Put everything in your father's name. She's not getting shit. If not that, then I mean, you could always get married without the paperwork. But I mean, you know, women are big ass divas, so they're not gonna really want that. Plus, there's like a level of security that comes with that too. So I mean, they know the game. That's why they do that shit. But yeah, marriage has turned into something that no man really wants anymore. The shit's kind of ass. It looks horrible. Creatures, we're the smartest creatures on the planet. We look at things, we see people experience it, and we either go with it or we go away from it based on how the majority looks. Right now, it's not looking so hot, you know, and you add on top of the fact that women are initiating most, if not all, the divorces. It's like, we already know how it's going to result. Obviously, everybody's situation is going to be slightly different, but it's important to pay attention to trends because they don't come from nowhere, okay? Everything happens for a reason. I don't know, what's your guys' thoughts on marriage? Do you guys still want to get married? I still do. But right now it's just, why would you? Good thing I'm not at that point right now, but it's like, I mean, you really got to start thinking as we get older. It's like, shit, is this something I really want to work?
41.
Okay, you're 41.
I'll be
You're
42.
All right. You're 41 or 42 in a week. You're single. You have no kids. Why is that?
I don't know if you could say I'm selfish.
You're selfish?
I like being free.
You like being free?
I like being free. I like going out.
Okay.
I like dancing. I like flirting. I can be with one woman, but
You'd rather not.
the responsibility, who wants that? Really, honestly, who wants that?
I don't.
I want to be free. I don't want no responsibility. I don't have to worry about somebody for the rest of my life. Even when I'm 90, I got to worry about my 70-year-old kid. You know? 40-year difference. 50. It's just not for me, I think. You know, when I see my friends with their kids, like, I'm supposed to want it, but I look at it like,
It sucks.
it sucks.
It fucking sucks.
I've always wanted to be a wife and a mom, which is why a year ago, when my boyfriend proposed to me, I was so excited. But 5 months till the wedding, which the wedding was supposed to be tomorrow, he told me that he was having doubts and wanted to postpone the wedding. He couldn't really tell me why or when he wanted to postpone it to, so I ended up just calling it off.
You said the key to this whole thing at the beginning. You've always wanted to be a mother and a wife. You. There's no doubt he loves you. He does love you. So what do men do when we love you? We try to give you what you want. So you want to be a mother and a wife? Will you marry me? Okay, cool. Now you want to know why he keeps contacting you. Because he wants you in his life. Before you throw this good guy away, I just want you to think for a minute what you're tossing out the window, because it ain't going just your way.
Right.
He didn't say he never wanted you. He just got cold feet. He tripping. And let me tell you why he tripping. You ready for this right here?
Yes.
Does he have the job of his dreams?
No.
Hello.
Right.
Does he have the money saved to give you everything you want?
No.
Hello. Is he ready to raise a family, and does he have the money?
No.
Listen to me. Men don't have a biological clock. We have a financial clock. And his is ticking, and he don't have it together yet. And he does not see a way that he can provide, protect, and take care of you. He don't see the clear path. So now he got to back up. Man, what I'm going to give her? She want this baby. What I'm going to buy him? Where we going to live? What kind of conditions we got? All I had on this ring, I ain't got no more money. So you gotta wait. You gotta let this guy catch up so he can get himself together. Because until we determine who we are and what we do, which affects how much we make, we are very incomplete.
There are a lot of men out here, and this is what I mean. You think that you're saying something, but you're actually not saying a whole lot. You think that you're making some great points, but once we begin to dissect it, then there's not a lot of greatness in what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. A man needs to be ready to be out here in these streets. He needs to be ready to date, yada, yada, yada. But too many times, we're letting women off the hook for being terrible partners. Well, he don't got enough to spend on me. He ain't got enough to take care of me. You're too expensive. All of the material things that you want, there's not a lot of people that would be able to pay for that. Well, you just can't date me. You need to date in your tax bracket. You need to date in yours because you can't even afford that. Number one. Number two, you're asking for a man with a higher salary than you to be able to come down, take care of you, and then, grovel at your feet. Are you going to be able to take care of him in his tax bracket? Are you going to be able to buy that nice dress, Get that makeup done the way he needs it done. Keep your body in the shape that he needs you to keep your body in. You need to start dating in your tax bracket. Does it sound terrible what I just said? Probably to you. But if you're going to think about a man like that, how would you feel if he thought about you like that? To the point of having a prenup where the woman gets mad. And I'm not lying here. She gets mad because he put in the prenup, in order for you to, if we ever get divorced, in order for you to get this money, I think she said something like you had to stay, at the time of divorce, you had to be within like a certain number of pounds in order to get that ongoing financial support from your ex. And if you fell out of that, then it is what it is. And the woman was upset and her attorney was upset. But the courts was like, even though we don't agree with this, it's enforceable. It's legally enforceable. You were in your right mind. He was in his right mind when you signed it. And so it is what it is. You're not going to get that. I think it might have been $10,000 or I think it might have been $70,000. That's a big jump. But once again, these men are playing around with this type of money. They're playing around with this type of cash. And if you don't come to play, you got to shut up. You got to shut up and sit down somewhere. So y'all keep on doing this thing where Steve Harvey hypes you up and you can't even be the woman that the man that you want needs you to be.
Is over 40 years old and he's never been married, run. Because a man that has made it his entire adult life and has never decided to commit to one woman is a problem.
What benefit do you get as a man of being married? Ask yourself that. There literally is nothing besides, oh, gee, I get to spend God knows how much money on a ring, which I don't mind doing, but that's not a benefit for me. Spend a lot of money on a ring for this girl. I get to now give my life pretty much to this girl and my time, my energy to this girl. And you know what? She now has a very huge chunk of my money and my life. And she could literally do one thing like that and bring me to jail or bring me to court, take all my money. And if I have kids with her, she will take my kids and take even more of my money in my life. Just like that. Huh? What benefit do I get from being married as a man? I really don't see much at all, or if any at all. It honestly feels like it's for the lady, more of which is why a majority of ladies are always excited to get married and always excited to tell their other girlfriends that they got married. Do you ever see a lot of guys that are real excited saying, oh, I just got married. Hey guys, I just got married. Oh my gosh. You don't see that very much. Have you ever questioned why? It's not really a male celebration. Don't get me wrong, there are a few. Like me, I would be very happy that I got married, knowing that this girl is for sure gonna be like, you know, but you never know. So that's why it's not really an exciting thing, because it's never exciting to know that you just gave half your life and your money on the line now to someone who can definitely take it away from you and flip it on you. And that's just being real. And knowing how girls act now in this generation and how they've been taking guys' money during marriages and showing that a lot of girls are just using guys for their money has shown and given a lot of reason for why guys are afraid to get married and why they feel it's not even worth it anymore. And that's because a lot of women, not all of them, a lot of women now, especially American women, don't carry traditional values as a woman, and they don't want to be the woman that the man wants. And majority of the women want to take advantage of what the man is giving them. That's how it works. Especially if the woman is not satisfied. She will take whatever she got, whatever, majority of the time. Like I said, not all women are like this, but majority of girls now are doing that. And men know this, and they're figuring it out. And that's why a lot of them are like, man, it's not worth it anymore. I'd rather stay home, make my money, talk to a girl whenever the heck I want to talk to a girl, and live my life. That's what they want to do. That's what the successful men want to do majority of the time. I mean, we want to settle, but You want to know even more further deep into that? You want to know what those successful men are doing? They're going overseas to get those traditional women who don't want to do that. And I'm not saying that traditional women overseas won't still do the same thing, but there's a lot less of them doing that as opposed to what's going on over here. And that's why there's more, I don't know if you guys know this, statistically proven, there are more longer lasting marriages, better relationships, connections, and better dating in other foreign countries. America has the lowest dating and marriage lasting relationships than anywhere. They're not even on the list. There's like a list like 10 or 15. The United States isn't even on the list. You know what they're on the list for? Having the highest divorce rate in the entire world. The highest divorce ratings. And you think guys want to get married here? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You girls want to act right and change that rating? Okay, cool. But majority of y'all don't. And you want to keep acting selfish and very masculine and not feminine, not submissive. Y'all keep doing that. You're ruining it for other women here. You're ruining it. You're ruining relationships, you're ruining marriage. And not only that, you're ruining a lot of these kids who are not going to have a father to stick around. Simple as that. You girls are attracting the wrong guys and you're doing all these sexual things to have a kid and you're finding out that they're losers. I'm sorry, but that's why.
I know a lot of times, a lot of these women think that men are being mean, they're being rude, but a man is simply setting a boundary. Are some of the things that men say harsh and straightforward and blunt? Yeah. Could a man kind of tone that down a little bit? Probably so. Probably so. Could he say it in a better way? Probably so. But if a man continues to tell you over the years, hey, this is a boundary for me, and you continue to cross that boundary, and then not only do you cross a boundary, then you tell him he's the one wrong in the situation. At some point in time, he's going to be like, hey, man, you're really BSing me, and I don't appreciate that. Now it's not just about the problem that you're creating, the tension that you're creating. It's now also added on, you're trying to gaslight him. You're trying to BS him into thinking that he's wrong, and he doesn't have a legitimate concern or complaint against you because you don't want to take accountability. And when a man sees a woman acting like that or experiences a woman acting like that, he's probably not going to get married to her.
Can I explain why a man would suddenly tell you that the marriage just isn't for him anymore, and then he gets mad at you?
That video just made something click for me big time. When I was married to my second husband, we were together for about 17 years. We were married for about 12. One day he came home, and I am not kidding, out of the blue, completely out of the blue, he says, I don't want to be married anymore. I'm like, what? What? I thought things were okay. What's going on? He says, I just don't think I want to do this anymore. I don't think I want to be married. Within 2 days, he'd moved out of our house and into the home of the woman that he was having an affair with. Yeah, he was already checked out. It was by the time he voiced that to me, he'd already moved on. And I struggled for years to wonder how I missed the signs of the end of this marriage because I didn't have any. I mean, I'm looking back on it and we were attending marriage counseling while he was having an affair. 2 weeks before he left, he drew me a bath with bubbles and candles leading up to it and champagne, and we had some spicy time. 2 weeks later, he was gone. Ripped my heart out. Ripped my heart out. Anyway, it was a marriage that needed to end. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful that it ended because had it not ended, I wouldn't be with my husband now, and I wouldn't have experienced all the things that I've experienced. So I'm grateful for it. Hindsight being 20/20. But yeah, if your husband comes to you and tells you, I don't think I want to be married anymore, pack your bags, get out, move away, do whatever you got to do, cut it off. He's done. He's done. He's done already. By the time he says that, he's done. Is it possible for it to turn around? But only if he wants it to. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. And I wasted months trying to convince him to come back. Yes, I know. I hear it. I had an anxious attachment style. I had abandonment issues. And this triggered it more than anything else in my entire life. That event set me on a 10-year downward spiral and triggered every single trauma that I've had in my life. I'm glad I'm coming out of it now, but this video just poof! So at least now I know, right?
I guess for me, I wonder, and I don't want to sit up here and blame you for him just getting up and leaving. But like I said, I do wonder, because a lot of times women leave out the details of what actually happened. Oh, he just out of nowhere. He said something out of nowhere, right? He just came out of nowhere. Sometimes it does happen like that, but they'll let you in on a little clue as to what actually happened. They was like, well, we did fight sometimes. Like, yeah, every couple fights, right? And there were some things that I said to him, and I noticed a change after that, but I thought everything was okay because he acted like everything was all right. I thought you guys said that you were emotionally intelligent. I thought you guys said that you could read a room. I thought you guys said that men, whenever they see you silent and they hear you say that nothing's wrong, they should know by looking at you that something is actually wrong and they should dig a little bit deeper. I think I heard a woman say, my man asked me 2 or 3 times if something was wrong. And I said no, all 2 or 3 of those times. If he would have asked me again, then I would have told him, yeah, actually there is something wrong. So you guys get in here, you play these games, you say things, and you think that for some reason, or you do things and you think that for some reason it doesn't mean anything. And the man will tell you by little hints, or sometimes he'll come right out and say it if he gets frustrated. And a lot of times men do. They'll say, hey man, this is the problem. A lot of times men, they'll do both things, right? For their boys, they'll come right out and say it because they know their boys, whether they take it or not, it is of no consequence. Either you do this or it is what it is. And not talking about like throwing hands or anything. It's just like, hey, either this is the way we're going to do business going forward, or yeah. But for y'all, because he loves you, he might try to say it softly, nicely, and try to walk on eggshells around you. But if it keeps on going, he's probably going to say, hey man, come, what are you doing? He's going to get frustrated with you because you're not listening. You continue to do what you said that you weren't going to do, and you said that you got him, and you keep on doing it. And each and every single time you have an excuse as to why you continue to do it. So he's probably letting you know those things, but you don't think it's a big deal. And so when the divorce comes out of nowhere, then you're completely like, oh man, how could this ever happen? Well, it's not actually out of nowhere. He told you what was going to happen. It's just that you didn't think, for whatever reason, it was that important.
A man doesn't just want to marry a hot girl. Let me explain. Yes, initially men are fueled by attraction. It's just the way that they're built. But as a woman, looks can only take you so far. What men really want and what they really need is peace. You need to be his peace. A man's job is to provide for you. He's going to be operating at high stress levels, and the last thing he needs is to deal with your toxic drama bullshit. He needs to come home after working hard all day to provide for you. He needs to come home to peace. You need to be comfort. You need to be his peace. And the older I get, truly, the more I understand this. You can literally be the hottest girl alive, the hottest. But if you are drama, if you are toxic, if you are just constant, he's gonna dip you so fast you can't even blink.
And this is what men are looking for. Yeah, you might be pretty. You might be smart academically. There's a lot of women out here that are very smart. I've got a PhD, I've got my master's, and yada, yada, yada. Really sharp, really like it's street smart. All the things that, any person would look to and admire about a person, but they don't know how to be a friend. They truly don't know how to be a friend to a man. And when you're not a friend to a man, you're probably not going to be a wife. Unfortunately, I rely on my friends heavily to support me emotionally. When I don't think that I can build that business, when I feel like, man, this layoff really crushed me, I didn't see that coming. Oh, well, I don't know what you're going to do. But whatever it is, you need to get out there and find a job because we got to eat. True enough. But I'm expecting somebody to kind of understand how devastating it is for me to lose this job, my dream job that I've worked hard to get to, a position that I've been promoted, that I've worked years, maybe even decades to get to, for it to all be gone. And for me to come talk to you about it and you not understand and just say, well, you still need to be a provider. So, and if you're not, then we're going to have some problems. I'm leaving you. I told my man that. I told my husband that if you don't provide for us, I'm getting out of here. That's not what I signed up for. Modern women will say this. And some of them, they might not say it out of their mouths, but that's the way that they're thinking. They might not say it to you, but they'll go to their friends and they'll say it. They'll get on TikTok, block your account, and then start yapping. And then when your friends or one of your family members who they forgot follows them or sees their video, or she might not even know that you know this person, an old classmate. Y'all haven't been in touch for years. Hey, bro, is this your wife? Yeah, bro, what's up? Hey, you know how you know my wife? Oh, no, I don't, man. I don't know her at all. I thought that was your wife. Bro, have you seen this video? What video? Well, this video right here, man. She talking about she leaving you, man. If you don't get a job, man, she don't play that mess. Huh? And now all of a sudden, well, yeah, I did say that. Yeah, you need to get a job. Yeah, I ain't backing down off that. So why were you online talking bad about me? Why were you online while expecting me to protect and provide for you physically, spiritually, emotionally, online tearing me down, online not protecting my emotions, online trying to make me look like a fool? Had it not been for one of my old classmates, had it not been for one of the church members, had it not been for my old boss, who we ain't even talked in years, showing me the video, sending me a link to the video, I would have never even known how you felt. And I would have been out there coming home to you every night, trying to Uber, trying to DoorDash, trying to pick up these jobs that I know I'm overqualified for, just to make rent, just so that you can live a lavish lifestyle. Mind you, you haven't picked up the first phone to call nobody and get no job. That's not what men are looking for. Men are looking for women to hop in, take initiative. Well, I guess I can cut this. Well, I really don't need that. Hey, if I need to do this, I can get Susie down the street to do it for me. She's way cheaper. Or, depending on what we're looking like, I might have to cut that as well. And I was thinking about what you said. I took a look at our bills. I think maybe you can cut this here, here, and here. And maybe I can do that for you. Maybe I can provide those services for you. Oh, okay, yeah. So you're helping me balance the checkbook. I appreciate that. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, I just got a raise. And so you're thinking where we can put the money to, kind of invest in us and give us more money. Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, let's do it. That's what a man is looking for. You guys are headaches. You guys are another problem that a guy has to solve. And why in the world would he want to purchase a $30,000 to $50,000 problem? What?